Are you down for this? If you're in the mood, we can take it to the moon. Just like a movie scene, table for two. No need to be fed, I want you instead.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Rahmat Fauzi, and I'm a student at State Islamic University Mahmud Yunus Batu Sangkar. And now I will tell you about my reason for choosing the element and the pace. And the element that I choose is the listening element. This element is chosen because it allows students to enhance their skills in understanding main ideas, details, implied information, and language aspect in real-world context through dialogues. It also supports achieving competencies such as understanding ideas, experience, and opinions in both formal and informal settings. And the pace that I choose is Page D. This page is relevant for students in grade 7 until 9 who are transitioning from understanding simple language to more complex levels. The topic of holiday experiences align with the developmental needs of students to interact contextually in school and home environment. And the reason for choosing a self-made live action video is a live action video allows the presentation of the situation and closely resemble real life experiences such as holiday trips. This helps students understand dialogues in context relevant to their own lives. And creating a video allows customization of the materials, dialogue, and difficulty level according to the learning needs of the students. Okay, we continue about my mapping competencies, and the first is elements. We use listening and the learning outcomes. By the end of the page D, learners use English to interact and exchange ideas, fuse experiences, interests, opinions, and with teachers, peers, and others in a wide variety of formal and informal familiar contexts. With repetition and vocabulary replacement, learners understand the main idea and relevant details of discussion or presentation on wide range of familiar topic and in the context of life at school and their home. They engage in discussion, for example, giving opinions, making comprehension, and expressing preference. They explain and clarify their answers using simple sentence structure and verbs. And the competencies is understanding and the materials or genre, ideas, experience, and opinions, and the context, life at school and at home. And the learning objective, and the first learning objective is learners are able to understand the main information from the dialogue about experiences that have been experienced during the end of the semester holiday. And the second is learners are able to understand the detailed information from the English dialogue on sharing experience that have been experienced during the semester and vacation. And the third, learners are able to understand the implied information from the English dialogue about sharing experiences that have been experienced during the semester and holidays. And last, learners are able to identify the language aspect in the dialogue about semester holiday experience. And the criteria for achievement of learning objective. The first is learners are able to identify the main idea of the dialogue about the end of semester vacation to Mount Merapi correctly. And next, learners are able to identify the detailed information of the dialogue about when to go on vacation to Mount Merapi. And next, learners are able to identify detailed information about the location of Mount Merapi. And learners are able to identify detailed information about who goes on vacation to Mount Merapi with. And the next is about learners are able to identify detailed information about the situation on Mount Merapi. And learners are able to identify detailed information about what needs to be prepared before going on vacation to Mount Merapi. And learners are able to identify the implied information from the dialogue of vacation to Mount Merapi. And next, learners are able to predict the relationship between the two characters in the dialogue of holiday to Mount Merapi. And learners are able to identify 7 new vocabulary meanings from the dialogue of vacation to Mount Merapi correctly. Uh, Next, learners are able to identify the tenses in the dialogue of vacation to Mount Merapi.
Hello, Jay.
Wait, Ibar, hello.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good, thank you. How about you?
I'm good too. I want to ask you about your holiday.
Oh, sure.
Where do you go for your holiday?
Oh, I went on holiday to Mount Merapi.
Where is Mount Merapi located?
Oh, I went to Mount Merapi in West Sumatra.
Who did you go to Mount Merapi with?
Oh, I went to Mount Merapi with my friends.
What was the situation like at Mount Merapi?
When I was there, the situation was a bit unfavorable, and we got caught in a storm after setting up our tents.
Before you went, what tools and equipment did you prepare to anticipate such a problem?
We had prepared ourselves tools and also the materials before going to the mountain.
Oh, what new vocabulary you find at Mount Merapi?
Oh, that's a good question. I find 7 new vocabulary in the mountain.
Okay, I will get you later.
Okay,
Thank you, Ji.
Okay. And by the end of the learning, I hope the learners are able to understand the main information from the dialogue about experience that have been experienced during the end of semester holidays. And learners are able to understand the detailed information from the English dialogue on sharing experience that have been experienced during the semester and vacation. And learners are able to understand the implied information from the English dialogue about sharing experience that have been experienced during the semester and holidays. And learners are able to identify the language aspect in the dialogue about semester holidays experience. That's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.